And of course, just being on probation in any job for 3 months is already challenging for most of us, but more importantly, all of this resulted in a very, very serious life-threatening trauma to your head.
Absolutely.
And resulting brain injury.
Yes.
Now, you also mentioned to me that you have, being who you are, you have been able to self-help with tools and equipment that lessen the night tremors and the, I'll call them spasms, that are quite harmful. You mentioned at one point you almost took your eye out. So this is ongoing for you. So what exactly did happen to you in the months following this workplace accident that left you in very, very poor shape and, I'm assuming, unemployable?
Well, there's two separate things here. We have, as I mentioned earlier, something that has never really been diagnosed properly, which is my, for lack of a better term, some kind of epilepsy or whatever that happens. I think the best description of it is it's a night twitch. I think a lot of people have a very mild form of this twitch at night, particularly if you're really, really tired, run down, and your body just kind of twitches like this. Mm-hmm. But mine, after the incident, the electrocution and the brain trauma, mine was super severe. And so what happens is that the way WSIB is set up is that the moment that the caseworker or people reviewing claims operate is that they categorize you as either a possible long-term claim versus a very short-term claim. Mm-hmm. So a long-term claim could be anything from 6 months to forever, and the shorter-term claims would be anything under 6 months, mm-hmm. particularly when they know that it's going to be less than 3 months. So anything that's less than 6 months, you're in a fortunate position to get very little resistance on the part of WSIB in terms of allowing for your claim to go through without a big fight. Anything over 6 months, you are literally looking at denial after denial of everything that you submit as your part of your claim. So if you have a back injury, you have a brain injury,
So you're talking about people that have had the result of far more serious workplace negligence or an out-and-out innocent accident.
Right.
Yeah.
So you lose the use. If you lose the use of your legs, you would think that it would be a no-brainer that you're going to get compensation without any argument.
Sure, top of the list, the most serious,
right, life-altering cases. But in this case, in many cases, it's the exact opposite. They will actually deny, and they will, come up with reasons why they won't allow your claim to go through. Okay. And a lot of it over the years has been rationalized by them as being a pre-existing condition that may have led to that. Losing the use of your limbs might be a little of extreme, an example that might be a little extreme, but But anyway, it's just.
But surely it does happen to some Canadians.
Oh, absolutely, yes. And in fact, I remember meeting a fella who actually fell 3 stories from in a construction site. He fell off the scaffolding and he fell 3 stories to the ground below, and he broke his, pelvic bones. Yeah, it was really destroyed. His legs broken in multiple places.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't walk for months and months and months, and would never ever be able to work again. He was just a total disaster, and they put him through hell for 3 years. I remember talking to him in the cafeteria. And if you ever want to meet people and really understand their horrific experiences with WSIB, go visit the Rehabilitation Institute in Toronto and just kind of sneak in and sit in the cafeteria and listen to people's horror stories. It's unimaginable what people go through. But the serious injuries are the ones that they focus on in terms of denying. So they deny everything. And it's your job, if you want to get paid, to fight them. But the system is arranged in a way that, for instance, well, let me explain the system. Once you are denied your claim or anything related to your claim, which could be medical expenses, travel expenses.
Now that would be travel expenses to Toronto to be assessed and so forth?
Or anywhere. You might have to see a specialist halfway across the nation
Okay.
who deals with your problem. Any expenses plus the claim itself. So you're putting in a claim for a brain injury, it'll be denied. If they know that you're likely to be collecting benefits for more than 6 months, your claim will be denied, almost for certain. And that means that you have to find a way to get them to reverse that decision. If you're lucky enough and you get enough doctors' opinions and you get enough doctors, like this takes a lot of time. In the meantime, you're not getting any money.
Sure.
And if you don't have family or a spouse or
savings or money put away?
You could end up on the street, and it happens a lot.
Sure.